question was, when bipolars go off their meds and go crazy and kill folks, okay? What is that like? Or what is that about? Or what's the process like? I can tell you from first-hand experience, that's actually happened to me, where I've had 3 years, 4 years of stability, where the medications are working, the dosages are right, and then all of a sudden I'm like, hey, I'm doing great. I don't need medications. I can do it without medications. There's always this part in every person's mind that takes some sort of antipsychotic, mood tranquilizer, or mood stabilizer, is that if you're on medications, you don't want to be on medications. You want to feel that you can do it without the medications. It's not like being a diabetic and taking insulin. It's not like taking something for your heart. It's not like taking a physical thing where if you take it, you will die. It's considered a mental thing. So a lot of bipolars have this thing where they feel that they can overcome that. They feel like they can do it without the medications. I'm strong enough. Because if you do it without medications, maybe you're not really bipolar. Maybe that was just a phase. And what happened to me recently is I had been 3 or 4 years stable, completely stable. Everything had been going well in my life, and I'd been on the same medications and the same dosages. So I talked to my therapist, and I was like, hey, how about dropping the medicine since I'm doing well? And that's a completely red flag, but a lot of people go through it because they feel they want to do it without medications. Okay? So that recently happened to me this is the last year, where I wanted to do it without medications. And then what happens is they start to feel worse, and they go into this deep depression or cyclomania. A lot of people go through seasonal cycles where they have manic times of year and depressed times of year. And this is a cycle. My manic time of year is right now, actually. It's February, March, April. Depressed time of the year for me is summer. But everyone's on a different seasonal cycle. Some people get depressed in the early spring, late winter. So you have these cycles. It has to do with the light in the air. It has to do with how much sunlight you get. So maybe they were feeling good on some sort of month or some sort of season, and then they didn't want to do it without medications, but they couldn't really handle it. And the thing that people always forget is that the medications actually help them a lot of times to become stable, to be stable for so long, and they lose sight of that. Yeah. So the things that can set off a manic episode, for me, it was alcohol, marijuana, and not sleeping, not eating. You could say sex or falling in love, or, for me it was losing my virginity, and coupled with all these other things of drugs and alcohol, not sleeping and not eating, set me over the edge. But the thing to remember is it's stimulus, okay? Stimulus. So you get overstimulated. The weather can affect people. People get affected by ideas and by people talking to them, and positive and negative influences. So if you're around a lot of chain smokers, maybe you pick up chain smoking because that's what you're around. So positive and negative influences as well. Another thing I want to talk about besides diet was sleep. And I was insomniac for many of the years that I couldn't get to sleep in all those manic episodes. A manic episode for me was 3 or 4 days without sleep, 5th or 6th day going into the hospital, or just going in there. And it would, during the week, maybe I would get start off with 8 hours of sleep, and then the next day 6, and then 4, and then 3, and then the last night before I go to the hospital, no sleep, just up for 24, 48 hours. Where I didn't know when you don't sleep like that, it's almost like a hallucinogenic drug. You don't know what's reality and what's a dream. So you close your eyes, and I'm so tired, I'm so awake. And I was walking through walls, I was talking to people in other dimensions, talking to spirit people, all sorts of stuff. And I didn't know if that was real or if that was a dream. And I couldn't decipher that because without sleep, it just all becomes blurred. Not being on sleep is very close to some sort of drug that you take. People take mushrooms, just not sleep, okay? Just not sleep, you get the same effect. Yeah, one more question.
Could you actually demonstrate like a little short synopsis of an episode?
I was 16 years old, and I had fallen in love for the very first time. I had taken drugs and alcohol at a 3-day weekend-long party where there was 2 parties in back-to-back. okay? So it was like no sleeping on top of no sleeping. Lots of stimulus, right? Stimulus like drugs and alcohol, but also stimulus like people I was around. The stimulus of other people, friends, parties, laughter, staying up all night, smoking weed, drinking alcohol, all sorts of stuff, okay? So then I developed these kind of fits of creativity where I'd stay up and I'd just write all night. I'd just write poems all night long. And I'd just act things out, I'd act the poems out, lyrics, as a rapper, as a poet, as a spoken word artist, or I'd just beatbox all night. And I would go into school. The first couple of days were okay, you know, they were okay, but I started to get more elevated as the days went on. So I would talk to people in these encounters, and I would be like, yeah, man, I'm Jesus, and you're my prophet, you're a prophet, we're going to save the world. So people started to get a little moved back by my actions and my delusions, okay? And what was even more weird about that is that it brought some people closer to me, when they were like, yeah, exactly, you're right. I am your prophet. Let's make this happen. Let's do this. Change the world. Exactly. And so, as the week progressed, I started to see changes and signs. I started to see everything became an image, everything became a sign. So every color, every piece of word, every word text, every shape, every word that someone said to me, every musical lyric that I heard on the radio was a message, was a sign from some other higher power, some other thing that came down and was telling me something. Okay? So as I'm feeding all this, I'm writing it all down every night, and, you know, everything starts to make sense, perfect sense. Everything starts to make perfect sense. Until the point where I don't sleep, and I go into school, and I'm scaring people to the point where they just yank me out of class. They're just like, okay, you're disrupting class. You know, you need to go home. Because I would talk to people, and they were like, whoa, like, what's going on? Because it's one thing to talk to, like I'm talking to you right now. Notice that my voice is kind of even keeled. I got this fancy microphone in my head. I look professional, right? Right? And my voice is even, right? You know, I'm not using a lot of enthusiasm, you know? When someone comes up to you and their eyes are bugged out of their head, they talk to me like this, and like, I gotta tell you something right now, I gotta tell you something right now. You know, it's a little different. And you kind of retract from that. So as this progressed, the delusions started to get bigger and more engulfing, and they would just engulf my life, and people in my life became part of the fantasy, they became part of the delusion, until the part where they sent me to a hospital, and I was disrupting the hospital. I couldn't sleep, because it was like I said, it was the dream world and the reality world started to blend together. And then I bum rushed the emergency room, and they came in, and they crowded me in with like 12 or 15 people, and they shot me up with 2 syringes full of like Thorazine tranquilizer. And I finally wigged out, and I fell asleep, I got knocked out, and then I woke up. I was in San Francisco, I woke up in Berkeley in like a youth psych ward. So a place like that is very scary, because you don't know where you are, you don't know what's going on, and then you try to find a way out of there. You're still writing, you're still doing things, but you try to find a way out of there. And then everything that happens from that moment on, from that first initial break, is the recovery of that one moment. So all the medications and the group therapy is a recovery of that one moment, trying to rehabilitate and trying to get back into life. It was months of recovery, 6 months to a year of recovery to enter back into society, 2 weeks of being in the hospital, to the point where I could talk about it. And now finally, 8 years later, I can talk about it with you, share about it, do a show about it, and present about bipolar mental illness. So that's been my talk. I think we're going to end it with that. Did that satisfy? Okay. If you'd like to give me some feedback on how you thought this went, it's right over here. I'm going to put it on the stage. Thank you very much.